What up? What up? What up? What up?
Peace, peace, peace. How you be?
You know I'm good. You know I'm good. Another Friday night. And we got my girl Shine in the building. What's happening, Shine?
Yeah, I'm being extra shine today. I got my all yellow on today. you know,
Blazing. That's what's up.
the queen got on the royal seeds today. By ill gear. My people's jap. You know, I'm a walking billboard. So
Nah,
when
that's
we
what's
get
up.
when we get the royal sons gear together, I'll be sporting my own in. and
Facts.
and of
Facts.
course, the fresh wings, moons, all of that, by my big bro rule, my favorite earrings out there. Who was that? Was that Shell? Yup, that was Shell. Peace, peace, peace.
What's up? Welcome to the podcast.
So
Hey,
wait
but
a
I.
minute.
What's up?
You
What's
got
up?
short sleeves on.
Well, you know where I'm at, right?
I know. What was your weather like today?
Now the sad part is I'm gonna say it's cold. You'd be like, Negro, please. Right now, let me see here. Hold on, I'm bringing it up right now. It's 57 degrees right now in Florida.
Okay,
That equates to about 32 degrees for Floridians, just so you know.
yeah. Oh no, I believe it because like that's the comparison I give my family from Jersey. 50 there is bad, but 50 here is a good. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a t-shirt on under this, but that's all I wore today, even leaving out first thing in the morning with the frost on the truck. So
Yeah, we don't know about that. We don't know nothing about it. Hey, since you're in there representing gear, I represent gear too. This is my man Jay Saw. He got his brand on the blast.
Word.
Gear top. This is his shirt. Let me see if I can show you the back. Let's see it. Can you see it?
Wait, mind your business. All right. Yeah. I like it.
So this is my man Jay Saw's gear, and that's at the blastgear.shop. Where we, got little stuff. Everything. So we trying to make things happen.
That's what it is. So
Yep.
I'm just ready to get away from the cold. Like I know it just started, but I didn't move from the north.
Thank you.
For this. You know what I'm saying? And I say this all the time.
The problem is you didn't move far enough south.
I know, but you know what? Keep it up. I really might be making that way down there for real.
Look,
for real.
Hey, we was once residents of Roselle. Like
that's
I said,
right. That's right.
You only took a little detour down. I said, nah.
All the way. Yeah, I think I'm really thinking because I just can't keep. Miami just did it for me, especially on my actual birthday. The whole reason why I was there, like my birthday, that was like one of the best ones ever. So that kind of is like pushing for me to make, the relocation happen. The boys, the Royals, they already like sun, beach, we don't care, let's go.
They're like, we out.
Yeah. But
okay. That's what's up. Good looking out. We appreciate that.
Oh, he from the windy city, huh? Chi-town. Like I can't say it without saying it like that.
I got you.
Paying homage to Uncle Bertie Mac. Chi-town.
From Illinois.
Yes, no yes. So,
go ahead.
Tonight's guest.
Yes.
Trey Gas. Moving from Jersey to Greensboro, he was a youngin' at the church that I was volunteering at and was a member of. And I remember a particular event, he got up there and he did his thing. And, me and his mom was cool. And I just walked up to her and I said, Beverly, your son is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's dope. Like, if we wasn't in church, I would have been like, yo, he's fucking dope, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I said
embellishment.
You know what I'm saying? I saw it then. You know what I'm saying? And to know that, the Gate City Griots, he's the co-founder with Sharita, bringing the slam, vibe back to Greensboro, creating a team. And she kept saying Mosaic Soul, and I knew the name, but I called out the government like, wait a minute, no, that's Trey. And she said, yeah. I was like, I've been knowing Trey since he was about maybe between 12 and 14. And she was like, wow, Sunshine. She said, you're just connected with people like, and it's not, it's not intentionally, you know what I'm saying? But it just so happens that the people I'm connected with, there go my cousin Sarah, that's the fam. Remember I told you about, I got roots over the coastal Carolina area. Representing Jacksonville, North Carolina. That's my Uncle Terry's oldest
Welcome, Sarah.
Girl. She finally was able, she was like, how I catch it live? I said, you got to hit the link.
Click the link.
Click the link, like y'all tell the kids on YouTube, click the link, hit subscribe, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. But, and all y'all out there, y'all do that. Subscribe.
Exactly.
Subscribe to the channel.
And but Trey is like, to see how far he has come, to see the things that he is doing is so dope. But let's go ahead and bring him on.
No doubt.
Hey, what's up, party people?
Peace, Trey. Or should I say Mosaic Soul part itself? I stand corrected.
To be honest with you, it still catches me off guard when a person walks up to me and calls me Mosaic Soul. Like the other day, somebody walked up to me. Yes. It's a name that I gave myself, but it's not what the people who care about me call me. They still call me
right.
Right. And so it do be weird a little bit sometimes. But you can call me Mosaic Soul. We can do that tonight. Let's do that.
Okay, yeah. Mosaic Soul. We want to get that name out there.
No doubt. You feel me? So, all right. I'll let you guys go ahead and chop it up. I'll be in the back.
All right. So, Mosaic Soul. I already said what we said backstage, before we brought you on. So, what is really good?
What's really good? I guess the biggest thing in my life right now is I'm a father now.
Yeah.
Because that's really what's good. It's my son. I don't know. So I've been working a lot. I kind of had this realization earlier this year that I need to consolidate things and focus on, I guess, what I'm trying to put out. So I'm working on 3 things right now, aside from my child, family, life, all that stuff. Right. First thing I got is the Gate City Grill Slam team.
Yes.
Yes, I'm doing that. Co-founder with that, Sharita. I'm the Slam Master. So please come talk to me about that if you want to slam, if you want to do that. But we are going to be like the first slam team from Greensboro. I grew up here my whole entire life, and I've always seen a thriving poetry scene with open mics, live music, hip hop shows, R&B, but we haven't had a slam team. Right. So we're trying to, I guess just rep the city and put Greensboro back on the map. Let the world know the talent that we have here. Because I feel like I'm dope. I feel like I'm the dopest poet ever, but it's...
Yes, talk your shit!
Hundreds of poets out here, and we want to, I guess, provide a space where we can showcase all of them. Right?
Peace, so that's one of the big Esoteric Entertainment. There go your partner chiming in.
Yes. Matter of fact, I got a question for...
Go ahead.
I got a question for you. How did you and Sharita, my co-founder, how do we make this connection? How is the world so small?
Let me tell you how we had to realize that we met each other before we thought we met each other the first time. That's crazy.
That's how it be.
When I first came from Jersey to Greensboro, when her and Jose were hosting a lot of the open mics, at Livewire and all of that stuff, my brother and his fiance at the time, they were a rap duo. Then they had single stuff, they had a group stuff where it was News Murder, Tip, or Gonna Be That, and then Self, and then they had the Wolf Pack. They had their own team rocking. So I was always going to support, driving. They didn't even know that I spit. You know what I'm saying?
Why
I
did you
didn't
give
tell
him
them.
that bar?
No, because see, I didn't tell them, remember when I came to the church, I was sharing with y'all that I had lost my daughter. So, things like that, I had a writer's block, due to being around them. Like moving to Greensboro, like will always have a special spot for me is because that's where it was unlocked, that block. You know what I'm saying? Being around them, you got a certain ear. So I would be there with them when they in the studio and I'd be like, no, that don't sound right. And bro be like, what you talking about? I was like, play that again and do that part over and then compare it and then, stuff like that. And I'm like, what you know about this, sis? Like,
So
let me find out you know a little something. I said, no, I just know what, how it sounded to me. And then Tip, she just was like, nah, sis, you not telling the truth. You ain't letting us know something.
I just have an immaculate ear, out the
yeah, so I was like, well, and then I explained, I'm a writer, but I had a writer's block since my daughter's accident and everything. So it was just like, coming to Greensboro was like part of my healing process. So that's when I started to write more. And the more I got, would go around them, the more I was writing, but I wasn't sharing. I was just writing and keeping it to myself. So Sharita back then, she had this big fro. I always remember her with all this hair, and then Jose with the long braids down his back. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how far back it went. And it took for after we done been around each other. Raheem Speak One Voice. He hosted Artists for Justice. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was the host one night for Artists for Justice. That's when Sharita and I feel so bad. I cannot believe I was about to say, I can't remember her name, but Keisha. They had Artists for Justice, and somebody was like, yo, since you've been out here spitting, you need to link with them, because a lot of my writing is about, us uplifting activism, and that's what they was about. And he went live, and the live video of me spitting about my daughter went viral. And that's how we got cool. And then it wasn't until, the history, Sharita, like you see.
Hold on, I can't see.
And how many years ago? Oh my gosh, that was like back in, I moved down in 2009. You know what I'm saying? So,
yep.
And then it wasn't until Artists for Justice in 2016 where I saw her again, but we thought we were meeting for the first time. So, but the same thing happened with Lavinia. The same thing happened with Morgan, Renee Myers. All of them I saw when I first moved down there. And then we started up again at, open mics. And then they was like, oh, no, here, I want you here. I want you here. Sure, why not? RL, just about every open mic I got invited to or every show I got asked to be on, he was the host. That's how we got cool. So it's like, extensions upon extensions, but I am grateful, what I'm saying, to the creator for all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then me personally, having this opportunity to have my own podcast, I get to do what most people don't get to do. And that's to interview people that they fans of. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So when y'all all get real big, I can say, yep, I had them on my show too. You feel what I'm saying? And I saw the beginnings, you know what I'm saying? I like to be in the background, you know what I'm saying? But this is my way now of being in the forefront and just making sure as well as I'm shining, those that I love and I'm extended to are shining as well. So
no, this is historical context because it's like, we like over the years they've built a community. We've all built a community in this area, and like somebody has to document that. Somebody has to tell those stories that happened behind the scenes that brought you the dope poem that inspired you, that you see on stage.
Well, look, that's why I got it when Sharita was like the griots. I said, word. That's what y'all calling yourselves?
Yeah.
Exactly. I get it. I had to explain to some folks what the griots meant. So I don't want to take that shine. So how about you explain, even though Sharita did too when I interviewed her, but you also take the time to explain the history behind the word or the name griot.
All right. So a griot and I guess African tradition is a storyteller or even a history documenter. So they tell oral stories of the kings, the queens, of the great battles, the family lineage and history of whoever's kingdom that they're a part of. One of the first ones was, I guess, in Mali in the 14th century. That's like the first document they got of griots right now. And it just talks about how like he was talking to it, like every time they had a big ceremony, they would like literally lead it like his church, you know, with like a praise team and call and response and sing it. And so that's kind of what griots do. They tell the stories and poem and song and the history of a place, of a country. And I guess that's why it connects to Gate City or the Gate City griots, because that's kind of the idea of what we want to do. The idea of the village slam is to build a community, you know.
That's
to have this village and then tell the stories of the people in the community, tell the stories of our village. What have we been through? How far have we come? You know, it's kind of the parallel that we're going through.
Okay.
But they still have griots now.
Yeah, you know, but you know, some folks just, you know, either they don't know the full in depth or, you know, the origins of where it goes. Because I even had some people say the griots, like soon as I shared the post and had the flyer, like, what is that? What's that? Is that some Greek fraternity that we don't know nothing about? And I'm just like, okay, like, come on, not the Greeks, bro. Like, come on.
Griot, griot. Oh, they probably got the hardest the little steps and stuff.
But you're right though, because I don't know if you remember Dorian Benjamin from the church. You know, like her mom, like we're like family. We grew up in Rawway together in the same home church, stuff like that. So that's how I got to New Light. She said, just come visit with me one Sunday. And that Sunday I stayed, you know, one, because it was familiar faces. It was more than one person that I knew there that was from Jersey, you know. So I was like, okay, this is, you know, the energy is pulling me here. So let me get here to get my feet, you know, planted. And it was her, because she knew what I was used to back home. She know I write, she know I perform, you know, been in a whole bunch of shows back home. She took me to, before they redid LeBauer Park, you know, we going back
I remember.
Yeah, we going back the summer of 2010, okay? Josephus Poetry in the Park.
Yes, I was there. Probably.
Exactly. Yes, you were, because a majority of the folks from the church was there, and I remember like so many people that I saw there that, you know, we all rock with each other now. We all part of the art community. Like for me, that's essentially like really like where it first started. Was right there with Josephus and Josephus Poetry in the Park, which, you know, I plan on reaching out to bruh so I can get him on here, you know. Yes, definitely, because
shout out to Josephus.
Shout out, because I had to make sure before that event was done to let him know, thank you for this, because had he not had that, the unlocking wouldn't have started. Like you know what I'm talking about. You know that feeling that it ain't in your chest, it's in your gut, and it make you want to write. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you gotta get somewhere where you're not disturbed, and you just gotta write. I will never forget when she dropped me off at home. After that, I wrote like 5 pages.
Wow.
Yeah, like literally just whatever came to mind. I just wrote the first 5 pages, and then after that, I wrote the first poem that I had written, in, you know, from the last time. I think it was like 6-7 years prior to that. So, you know, that was the starting of the unlocking, the conduit for it all, you know, and the rebirthing, the starting of the rebirth and the shine, basically. So, you know, I just make sure I just do my part. You know, a lot of people out here need healing and they can't accept it certain ways. You know what I'm saying? But poetry, the storytelling, the griots, that's where everybody, no matter what walk of life you're from, you all are on the same level playing ground. If you follow where I'm going with that.
No, I follow you 100%. And you don't know like how you can bless somebody else. You don't know, like even me doing Phenom, me doing the college night open mic. That's my little monthly open mic.
Okay, wait, hold up. Your monthly open mic where? You don't drop it. You got to drop it all.
I don't like the self promotion. I just
you got to do it because you in an interview, bruh.
You feel me? All right, so yes, I host a monthly open mic. It's called the College Night Open Mic. Right now, it's at the Center for Visual Arts in the Greensboro Cultural Arts Center. It's downtown, 200 North Davie Street. We do it every third Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Well, the last third Thursday was yesterday. So yesterday we actually had a slam with the Gate City Grills that I was talking about, and that went actually really well. We had about 7 or 8 poets, and they were all really heavy hitters. What was I even talking about? I knew that was gonna be so good. I was so upset, but PTA president, the meeting, and I'm in Charlotte, so that's already an hour drive. So, but I was there in spirit, though. Just know I was there in spirit. No, it was good vibes. It was always good vibes. But yeah, I host. It's usually not a slam. It's usually an open mic, like almost a variety show. We done had comedians. I had a white lady come up to the stage and make penis jokes all night. And also, I've had mad hip hop artists that come up there and do their thing. R&B singers and poets. But I've been hosting the open mic for about 5 years now, since 2017. Actually, yesterday is the 5-year anniversary of College Night Open Mic. We started it November 2nd, 2017. I just looked at the flyer the other day.
Okay.
But I've been holding the space, and I've been really kind of advertising, trying to get kids who were in college, because I was coming out of college at that time. And I've been hosting it for a while. I go downtown to a restaurant to get me something to eat, and one of the waiters is like, "Yo, I know you. I remember you." And he was like, "Yo, thank you for having that space. It was a dope space for me to come with my friends. I wanted to write a little bit, and I guess it's interesting to see the people that you impact and touch on your journey. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
I guess originally I made the space for myself. I needed an outlet so I can get my bars off. I didn't want to go to everybody else open mic. I felt like I could do. So I did that joint. And I guess it's just weird. I never thought in my selfish endeavor moving forward that it would, affect so many people around.
Yeah, it's like you did that Jabez prayer, increased your territory without you even knowing it.
That's my shit right there. That's my thing.
Yeah. So after knowing, how do you feel? Honestly, and this is not, being ego filled or anything, because I know some people don't really like that question, but honestly, how do you feel when you're told, no, bro, you really did that for me. You really made me, because I've been in positions like that too. So I always like to get the take of other poets to see internally, what does that do for you when people let you know that?
I'm thankful, because it kind of helps me realign how I think about life. Because I guess on the day when he told me that, it could be the worst day of my life. I could be going through something, just got in a car accident, my wife broke up with me, I'm sick, I don't feel good that day. But that person saying that to you can change your whole perspective. And I guess that's what I'd be thankful for in those moments. That's really how I feel. It's not any ego, because I guess most times when it happens, when that occurs, it's not I guess every day somebody yo, you the dopest nigga ever, you the dopest person ever, oh my God. But I guess for me, when it does happen, it's in the moments when I needed somebody to reassure me that no, what you're doing is really good. It's really meaningful. It really is. It helped me out. Keep on going. Keep on doing it. And I guess that's what I really appreciate from it. It's no ego. It's the opposite of that. It's the connection with another human being. It's the humanity.
Right. That's right. Yeah, and I really think it's dope. I really would love for Southern Fried to come back to the borough, because 2016 was live. That was another wonderful experience that I had, and especially the erotic poets, that part of it, that was dope.
They have a whole erotic poetry slam.
Yeah, it sure did, and it was at the No More Churchill's. You know, that spot was beautiful. It was a dope spot. I'd have been there for plenty of events, and that was the perfect vibe for that. Well, I just remember.
I got off.
Yeah, like I mean, it was like G-Ho, Summer Jam / like all of it, like the energy all in one, all up in one, and it was all about poetry. Like that was the dopest thing about it. All the people in and out of the street and in the different spots that going on at different times for the slams, and no beef, not one time, not a hiccup. You know, there was no bad energy, no bad vibes at all. And that's the one thing that I love the most about poetry events, is because, you know, everybody is coming there for something. You know, they know that they're there for this. Everyone's intent is on the same playing field. You know what I'm saying? No one's coming there with any malice for anybody, you know, and when not knocking other open mics, but just saying, you know, who really be banging over poetry like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You'd be surprised.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the ones that be heated, you know, the debates that almost end up looking like the like what is the thing with when they be spitting back and forth.
The battle rap?
The battle raps. Like I know they get, yeah, like I know they can get like that. I've been, you know what I'm saying, at slams where they end up looking more like battle raps than anything. But that's like, you get what I'm saying? But that's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody walks away, you know what I'm saying, with their life. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen anybody throw a punch at somebody because of what they spit in a poem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I have not witnessed that. You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't see some heated debates, and I guess it's never like I've never seen nobody throw a punch. I've just seen people be petty afterward. But you 100% right. Like you lived. You know, you can remember that. You can go see the next day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I'm different. I'm just from the era where, you know, even if they had, you know, a gun, they still, you know, ran with these. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
it's not that era.
It really ain't. Like, no matter how much we keep posting on social media about it, like we just, you know, just give it up, bro. Like that's just not what's going on right now. You know, so look.
But actually,
look, Trey, look. You see mine though. Yeah, so you see mine.
You ready?
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sharpshooters Tactical. You feel me?
Hey,
out there in the
borough.
borough.
So I ain't got to get prepared. You know.
Exactly. And you know, us Northerners love coming to the South, being able to own guns, because you know.
I feel like
they working on it in Jersey though. They are working on it in Jersey. I do know that much. Yeah, they working on it. It's an attorney that grew up with us, and he doing what he can to, you know, get them laws a little relaxed. So I hope they do, you know.
No, last time I heard about Jersey gun laws, Ja Rule was getting arrested at the airport. Yeah, brought a gun.
Yeah, and then you said Ja Rule, so you know how far back you going.
No, it was like 2018, 2019.
For real? Look. I guess because I don't really pay attention.
Recently. Dang. No, that's why it was funny, because it was like no Ja Rule stories, and then
he just dang. And look, you see where my mind at. I don't even remember that. I'm thinking that was somewhere farther back.
Yeah, but no, Southern Fried was dope, and it was super dope because it was hosted in Greensboro, right? And it was at the Cultural Arts Museum. So at that time, we was part of. I guess I was a part of the Gate City Youth Slam team.
Yes.
Hosted by Josephus. He was the coach at the time. You know, one of my mentors and stuff. And it was super dope because it was a slam, and they needed an extra team. So he literally called up me and two of my homeboys, Sean and Michael, and a couple other people, and we got the slam unofficially in the slam, you know, against some adults. Now, needless to say, we did get an ass spanked that night. You know what I mean? They went up. I forgot who.
But y'all went up against veterans, though.
But they was super dope. They was super duper dope. I forget the teams. I wish I remember the teams, but it was a dope experience.
Oh yeah, and since we bringing that up, we cannot forget about B-Rock.
100%.
We cannot forget about B-Rock. B-Rock was the truth. I gotta say that. I see that he just recently, chimed in on social media, letting us know he's still good. Him and Mr. Rozzy had a few pics together and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, B-Rock doing his thing.
He just did a show at the Winston-Salem Film Festival.
Yeah,
a couple months ago.
Yeah,
I missed it. I wish I had been.
I missed it too, but it was good to see bro still doing his thing. Before we go any further, before you get into spitting and doing your lyrics, let's bring on the blast artist for the week.
Okay.
Sure thing. Yes, indeed. We got my man J-Saw. Once again, he dropping a new joint, and this one is called Batty Batty. So let's check out Jay.
It's your boy, J-Saw. She's a baddie baddie. When she hit the stove, she's a baddie baddie. From head to toe, she a baddie baddie. She achieves her goals. She don't need nobody. She don't dig for gold. She's a baddie baddie. When she hit the stove, she's a baddie baddie. From head to toe, she a baddie baddie. She achieves her goals. She don't need nobody. She don't dig for gold. Miss Independent, to me that's a baddie. She got a couple businesses up on her like that fatty. Intelligence, to me that's a baddie. When she's out making money moves, she's back to daddy. And she tatted from the hood, but she don't act it. When she in the streets, she classy. In the bedroom, she get nasty. No man, a sucker smacking, love it when she arch that back, man. From the back, I eat like Batman, then jump in, I beat it back, man. I don't know how to act, man. You independent, beautiful, nails down to the cuticles, hair down to your booty. Ooh, you must be a stripper. First time I looked at you, but license plate is CEO, I gotta have a look at you. She's a baddie baddie. When she hit the stove, she's a baddie baddie. From head to toe, she a baddie baddie. She achieves her goals. She don't need nobody. She don't dig for gold. You a single mother? This what makes you a baddie. You pay your bills, clothe the kids, no help from daddy. Ambitious, this what makes you a baddie. A day go by, you make no money, you round here acting tragic. Your bank account is looking right, but yeah, you acting manic. You said you're never going back to bank accounts with dashes. You really round here stomping temper tantrum, crying out lashes. I tell you, calm that ass down. Come here, baddie, baddie. I look her all up in her eyes. She's a Mr. Daddy. I kiss her on her lips, I pull her closer, gripping fatty. I don't trip, I'm making moves like running around with baggies. Now turn that thing around, let me make you happy. And this the type of shit I'm looking for, might get a ring. Love and happiness, positive energy is what she brings. The only time we fight, if she take my chicken wing. Until you truly are a queen is when you find yourself a king. She's a baddie baddie. When she hit the stove, she's a baddie baddie. From head to toe, she a baddie baddie. She achieves her goals. She don't need nobody. She don't dig for gold. She's a baddie baddie. When she hit the stove, she's a baddie baddie. From head to toe, she a baddie baddie. She achieves her goals. She don't need nobody. She don't dig for gold.
Again, that's our boy J-Saw with Batty Batty. And if you are an independent artist or even spoken word poet, or maybe even an up and coming comedian and want to gain some exposure, you go to blastmusic247.com, register as an artist for free, and be a part of the family. That's blastmusic247.com, changing the industry one artist at a time. All right, guys, back to y'all.
Appreciate you, Veep.
She's a baddie baddie.
Yeah, the Jessica Rabbit with the finger waves, as my cousin said. She got them finger waves. So,
where we at?
what is the What is your complete resume?
What is my season?
Yes, write it down.
All right, I guess I'm gonna just start where I started doing poetry. First
Okay.
poem I ever memorized was Invictus. You feel me? I forget who wrote that poem. It was some white guy back in the day, but it's a really good poem. Only reason I know is because my daddy's a Q. And then that really got me into poetry.
Shout
I
out to your
started,
pops. Your pops is
yeah,
your pops is
yeah.
cool, yo. Your pops is my dude, yo.
You see, he not pops no more. Now he Grandpa Gas.
Yeah.
That's a
Look,
moniker.
look, pop gas, pop
You
gas.
feel me? There we go. There
Yes.
we go. But yeah, I guess I started writing and I was a part of the slam team. I was a part of the Gate City Youth Slam team in I think 2012, 13, 14. Then I was able to coach that team in 2015 and 16. I'm probably messing up my years. But also, I guess in addition to that, I teach a lot of workshops. So throughout that whole time, I'm teaching workshops weekly. I used to go back to Dudley and teach the Dudley Poetry Club is where I started, doing poetry. So I had to get back to my alma mater,
That's what's
Panther
up.
Pride. Y'all
That's
know how we get
right.
down. Um, so I've done that. After that, in 2017, I started CNOM. And I've been doing my own open mics and doing features, also teaching workshops around the state of North Carolina for, I guess 10 years now.
Okay, that's
And
right.
other
Talk
schools
your
for the
shit.
same movie. 10 years, and now recently this year in 2022, me and Sharita are starting the Gay City Griot Slam team. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it now. I guess I was on the youth team. I coached the youth team for a little bit and did an open mic, and now we're starting an adult team. We're trying to compete with these, with these grown folk. Let's see how they
These
get down.
grown folks. Let's see how they get down. So we definitely know you're a poet and a writer, but you
Yeah.
got lyricist on your jacket, you got
Yes.
producer on your
Yes.
jacket. Like
Forget
run your
about that shit.
mouth.
I forget about that part. So, all right, I was one of those poets who always wanted to be a rapper. I was like, F it, I'm gonna do it. Want to be a rapper. I always like, freestyling in the car after I get off work. I love freestyling over like Knife Wonder beats. Just play the whole little beat tape
Oh,
and then
there
get
you
off.
knife wonder.
And I
Woo.
got some new material now because he just dropped Zion 5, after
Mm-hmm.
dropping Zion 4. But so I did that, and I was writing a lot of raps, like I guess especially when I was getting out of college. And I would be mad at my producers because I would be like, I want this beat, and they'd be trying to charge me a price that I wasn't trying to pay for the beat, or I pay for the beat and they wouldn't send me the beat. And like I'm trying to be the guy who is not going to steal your content and repurpose it to my own without giving you credit, but you don't even want to work with me. So I guess that led me into getting a whole, production studio at my home, where I make my own beats and write rhymes. And since 2019, I've been releasing music under Mosaic Soul. And you can find that on all your streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all those things. I got 2 full bodies of work out right.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just went in and out real quick. I was like, what happened?
Okay. You did. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 2 albums, 3 EPs. Please go listen to it. Let me know how you feel. And most recently, with my brother, friend, John Jenkins, aka J Dank, we have released a project called Dank Soul Volume 2. And you can find it on my
Soul.
Instagram.
Dank Soul.
Dank Soul explains all the vibes. That's all you need to know going into it. And I feel like you're gonna have a good, feel good experience. Very musical because he's a pianist, a producer, recording engineer himself. So he's done a lot of the music on this project. I guess I end up finding that producer that I was looking for all them years.
There you go.
We really made some magic this time.
That's what's up.
And he be spitting on there too. So yeah, go check that out.
Oh, okay. So getting to the spitting part. So as we spoke backstage, you said you never had the opportunity, to actually hear me
Yeah, I
spit.
haven't heard you spit poems.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
so we was
crazy.
in church.
Besides, what we did, the order of service type stuff, but
Yeah,
you were so busy doing your thing. A lot of the things that I was doing, we were like literally same night at different venues. You know what I'm saying? And that's how,
like 2 shifts in the
yeah.
night.
And it's like, dang, I wanted to be there, but I got asked to be here. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing with the artist community. I just wish like we had like some type of, I know when you get into having boards, that could be crazy, but it would be dope if we had some kind of consensus so that we could really be there, like we want to be there, instead of a lot of our things happening around the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just think
It's
it's impossible to create a schedule with free thinkers. You know what I'm saying? So
nah, but like that's like I feel like that's something you could do. Like they're so like every single Thursday evening is my favorite day of the week because that's when the new music drops. Right. So I stay up 12 o'clock every night, listen to King Disease 3 last week. I was listening to Rowdy Rich last night. I stay up and listen to it. But I always follow these YouTube pages and these Twitter pages that post all the shit that's coming out in this next week. Why don't somebody do that for this community of poetry? So instead of, we all setting up your open mic on the second Saturday and everybody got their joint on that same day, we know when everybody's shit is, and then you can, I feel like the community can better support all those events.
Exactly.
And also the artists can, come to all those events.
Yeah.
And you can cross promote and get more people at your events, because if you go to homegirl event down the street and promote, you can get people to come out to your shit on Saturday. You know what I mean? So,
you see how simple that was, how we just came together and did that.
Yeah.
Hint. I hope the rest of us hear that. You know what I'm saying? I have to put a pin on this one. Make sure, we really discuss some stuff that the community need to get together on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
no, I'm definitely about community collaboration. It's just about communication and reaching out to people.
So, what kind of, everybody has their niche, you know what I'm saying? So what is your poetry? Is it mainly just, what's the word I'm looking for? Are you just one of the spontaneous writers? Like as it comes, you just write it down? Or is it some way like in your brain, it just already comes out formatted, like this is going to be about a love story, like, you know what I'm saying? Or this is about activism,
So for me, it's 50-50. Like, I feel like writing is a skill. It's a thing you practice, and you should practice as often as you can. Like, if you want to be a good writer, you should write. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, you get inspiration all the time. You'll be looking at a TV show, and you're not gonna have the idea you had looking at that TV show tomorrow, or you didn't have it the day before. So you gotta take that moment, and I feel like the best poets, they get inspiration from those moments of everyday life, but they practice on the craft of writing so much they're prepared to express that idea. And I feel like for a long time, I've been the kind of guy, like, I got this dope idea, but I can't write it yet because I'm not gonna make it the best that it can be. I'm gonna hold that idea. And I realized that no, you have to write all of those ideas. Like, you gotta write as much as you can.
That's right.
So you prepare when that inspiration comes to hit you. So I guess for me, to answer your question, I feel like it's both ways.
Mm-hmm.
I like, sometimes it's like I'm gonna write about this specific thing, and then other times it's like, no, I have to write about this right now. This is what's on my heart.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. So, in light of Artists for Justice, I guess that was the perfect platform because I really stuck with them and rocked a lot out, because a lot of my poems, like, as much support as I did in the church, you know what I'm saying? That's always been me. Like, I don't do that to try to one up people. That's just how I was raised, spite of whatever things the family had going wrong. When it came time to show up, people were present. You know what I'm saying? And that's just always what I remembered, is that if this is a loved one and they're doing something, you must be present for them. It doesn't have to be a family member. This is why I said a loved one. Whoever you consider being your loved one, it's your due diligence to be present for them. And then it's again, us as a community, we just need more positiveness and like people who are really concerned with the things that matter to us. I think a lot of things now with the way social media is going, our issues are being spotlighted, but in a way, I feel like we're being more exploited now than anything. Even sometimes by, our own hand, because some things just shouldn't be shared. Some things, you know what I'm saying? Like people's decency about things is like kind of out the window now. Before getting help, we gonna go to the camera and record. You know what I'm saying? Those type things. We've seen that people would rather record than step in and help. So those of us that got the voices and the ears, the writings, we got to kind of use those talents to combat that behavior. You get what I'm saying? To kind of remind people like, yo, this is what we supposed to be doing.
I guess I 100% get you. Like, honestly, when you talk about like people that have a decency and that part of it reminds me of the Shaquilla Robinson story that's going on right now.
Yes.
Who was recording her, fighting, or really not even fighting, getting beat up, getting assaulted.
Talk about some dad. Why don't you fight back? I really did not want to see that video, and it's just because somebody else had it. As soon as I opened up Facebook, the reel was like right there, and I was just stuck. And then watching that, I just was like, "There's no way. There's no way I could not have been that other person that walked in and heard the person recording saying, "Oh my gosh, why you not fighting back?" Honestly, everybody would have got a chair or something to their head. I'm sorry. Like, and maybe some folks might feel like I shouldn't have said that, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That was wrong. This is the first time I've even commented really and said anything about it. But as a real friend, I don't care if my friends are beefing. Y'all not going to do that in front of me.
It's one thing to if y'all have a fair one-on-one fight. It's another thing for somebody to get jumped, assaulted, thrown on the ground. Like, it was wrong. Like, there's no way you can make that right. Yeah. It's not cool. You can't hide that. You can't reason that into being okay. Exactly. Being allowed. Like, you should condemn that. It's bad. But I guess the reason I bring it up with the social media thing is because it's like, what are you really doing when you're doing activism online, or when you repost that picture online? Does it really change something? Is it really,
or is it just getting your views up?
That part, is that going to change something, or the action that it may or may not inspire, like actual work, going somewhere and actually advocating or getting the law changed, helping somebody out with a direct case, opposed to just putting up a black square on your Instagram.
Yeah, and like, I have a poem, right, that I did back in it was at the Artist Block, Artists for Justice. That's one of the many comfortable stages for me, I guess, because a lot of us have used that for all different events. And so, they're very good in the community to the artists. But it was Elevate. And I took it back a little bit. Used a partial of the chorus from Soul to Souls, Elevate Your Mind. I don't know if you're familiar with that song.
It feels like I should know what that song is, but I can't
trust
think
me.
about it.
No, look, trust me.
I'm gonna go listen to it afterwards.
Look, I know your parents. You know that song. look, all us black children know that song.
Well, I don't know the name, but I know the melody.
But yes, you'll know it as soon as you hear it. You're gonna be like, "Oh, that's what she was talking about." So, before you spit, I want to share it because again, everything has a purpose and a reason. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always big on trying to get us to reshape the way we think. because like we said earlier, times have changed. And if we continue to stay stuck from what we know, we're not going to be able to push forward. It's always going to be a clash between generations.
Change is the only constant.
Only
constant,
constant, and you got to be fluid like water, so you can get through it. But I'm not going to sing it. Oh yeah, you already know. I told you I'm an '80s baby. 81. Yeah, so that's what we do. That was, shout out to my pop. He made sure I knew all of that. Look, Sharita snaps. Yes, it was very triggering. But I'm not going to sing it. I do that when I'm on the stage, but
you gotta give them the full show,
let me adjust my electronic technician.
See, what happened was,
got this post-nasal drip action going on. That's why I was like, I wasn't really trying to do all that. Yeah. But but I got you.
Protect yourself.
But I got you. I could hold a little note for you. I ain't gonna strain myself too much. But it goes, elevate your mind, free your soul, feel the feeling, let your body take control. Understanding is everything. Once you possess it, it's freeing. Each obstacle before you becomes less deceiving. Our communities are depleting, zombies of hallucinating realities, wanting to be praised for their savagery, not giving a fuck about integrity, ignoring the fact that we are our own source to this calamity. Mental calisthenics is the key, reshaping our minds, creating much clarity, understanding that what you speak, so shall it be, tapping into that energy. Manifesting our own destinies, affirming over your life daily. My success is determined by me. Our melanated bodies holds our DNA codes to royalty. So what are we leaving the babies? Asking, what's the meaning? What's the meaning of life? Elevate your mind, free your soul, feel the feeling, and let your body take control.
Oh, okay. I gotta clap it up.
See, I told you I got a little something. I got a little know that song too. I told you would know that song. We used to shout out to my Uncle James. Every time we used to go to the beach down in the Jersey Shore, there was he would take us to the beach that was for the state troopers. It was Seagirt Beach. And every time we would go, that would be one of the songs we would hear, like a road trip soundtrack. No matter when we was going, we would always hear that song. So that's the
always on the playlist.
Yeah, it's always on the playlist. So that was just one of my memories. But I would so love it because I already know that you're prepared. I know I don't have to ask, do you need a second or a moment to reach or grab? Because the last I remember is that Trey could do this from off the top. That's the last I remember.
Oh no, I got you. Yeah. I was gonna give you the option because I got a new poem that I was trying to read.
Well, if you want to bust out the new stuff, please, yes. Oh, what? First on Shine Vibration Podcast, you gonna open up some new stuff? Oh, yes, I'm ready for it.
Okay, so you want the new stuff or you want the classic?
Serve it to me how you want it, but I want both.
All right, facts. Okay, bet. Let me get my F that. I was born into a family of bedtime stories. Before I met my grandmother, I heard she was a dragon. I can still see the burns on my father's soul through his smile most days. They stand out more than his brands do. I think he has an addiction to the feeling you get letting a piece of you die. Or at least he's grown accustomed to it over the years. But don't we all? Don't we all look for truth at the bottom of liquor bottles, hide behind weed smoke and coke mirrors, fall in love with spilled milk hips and caution sign thighs? Woo! I never said these bedtime stories had a happy ending, y'all, but I'm offering you. My sister has a cracked halo smile that fell straight from heaven. I don't quite remember the day she was born, but I do remember all of the happy memories. Every time I touch the place her wings got clipped from. She's an angel waiting to fly, a blessing waiting to be prayed for. I pray I can go back in time and give her wings. I pray she doesn't grow up as fast as her brother did, and she doesn't have to hand someone her heart in a body bag because the pieces They just don't fit together anymore. But some prayers just aren't meant to be answered. Never said I had happy bedtime prayers anyway. My mother is nothing short of the Holy Ghost. Or when the spirit with church fan lips, I hear her voice through my AC vent on Sunday morning. She says, Trey, where's the Bible? Why you got them church pants? I bought you on the floor, boy. Don't you got any respect? I remember the mornings when she threw leather tornadoes at my backside to break my temple. Y'all, she broke my temple to show me that being a mosaic is just as beautiful as being a painting, because being broken is beautiful. To show me that we shattered the ones we love, to show them we're going to be there to piece them back together, that our God can piece anyone back together. But be careful what you ask for, because some things are just written broken in his will, that sometimes the only things we have left are bedtime stories. The last time I saw my grandmother, she was sitting in a chair, breathing smoke as she often does, still has embers in her eyes from the bonfires that once consumed them. I think she left them between her first husband's liquor bottle and her second husband's liquor bottle. She's really, really a dragon, y'all. And before I left for school, she says, now, Trey, just never forget where you came from. I'm a willow, bracing for a hurricane in the south, just trying to hold on to my roots. I can feel the warmth of a smoke in my mother's breeze, the calm before my sister's storm. I never said these bedtime stories had a happy ending, y'all, but I'm offering these to you. I'm offering you the most precious thing that I own, the only thing that allows me to sleep at night. For God's sake, please, please, just cherish it. Oh, all right.
That's
so
the classic, right?
That's the classic.
And that's the one that I told your mom that you was serious. Soon as you went to that one, I was like, he doesn't even know that this is the one.
I didn't know that's the one. You heard that one?
Yes, I heard that one.
Me.
That is the classic. 10 years old. Yep, that is the classic right there. See, look at that. I'm just liking how the divine energy is working.
Okay. No, that's one of, honestly, I guess that's like one of the first pieces that I wrote that I felt like for me was a slam piece. And also has always done very well for me in slams. You know what I mean? So I use that piece a lot. You know, I say it a lot. I recite it a lot. So I'll definitely like that.
You went black. What's going on with your connection over there?
Oh, hold on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
You can't see me right now?
No.
All right. Let's go back.
There you go.
Can you see me now?
Yep.
All right. Is this cool?
Yep.
So if I do this, you can't see me. I'm trying to read a poem.
It completely goes black. Yeah. I mean, it's all right. If folks just gonna have to look at the black screen, we just gonna have to do it like it's an audio.
I'm gonna say it's worth it.
I already know it is. I'm just saying this is just how we do. It's no discrepancy. He's reading it from his phone, so you know he just got to fade to black for a little bit.
I'll be better next time, you know. I'm gonna channel my inner Hove and fade to black. Boom. Okay. The point of the story is to tell you something. To store information like DNA and watch it replicate in the mind of the viewer, usually having a beginning, middle, and end with characters who do things and find themselves in places where they didn't begin. At the end, the audience is supposed to dig up a moral buried deep in the text of the story. Stories are important, like the ones you tell yourself to make it through the day, or the ones they tell us so we know our place. For example, Hondo from Sly. They wrote you like Mr. Tibbs with sex appeal and assault rifles. You know, stoic black man who stretches a tie into straps for tactical gear. Only now you wear your skin like tear gas on a utility belt, pulling out to disperse BLM immigrant and labor protests, as if saying, I'm one of you, can feel the cracks of a systemically broken foundation like Kentucky pots, just dressing up dishes used to serve old oppression with no spoon. We are rooted in a culture who still eats with their hands. I watch SWAT while pulling moist, seasoned chicken clean off the bone. What kind of coon have I become thinking I like to see a cop like that in my neighborhood. Did I start to believe that I was looking a gift pig in the mouth?
Mm.
Propaganda is defined as information, especially of bias or misleading nature, used to promote, publicize a particular political cause or point of view. On the first episode, an unarmed black boy is shot down in 10 minutes. The shooting cop is fired. Hondo is the one black guy on the SWAT team promoted to team leader. They then policed a protest that gets shot by a sniper who turns out to be a white supremacist. They attempt to gaslight the concerns of a vocal community while arresting 4 more black boys. And Hondo simply says, I give you my word, everything is going to be okay. I guess it's not a surprise that CBS Fox can't imagine a world without violence on black bodies, even in their fiction. Can't write a character arc that doesn't fit snugly into tokenism. Before the episode ends, Hondo goes back to visit the child who was shot at the hospital. He miraculously survives to hear Hondo confess to him that he feels bad. They find a sniper, only with the help of a black informant who's related to our original unarmed black boy, bringing the entire episode full circle. This is the best we can ask for. A cop who feels bad for the death of the people they are sworn to protect. I thought that was supposed to be a minimum. My father is literally a probation officer who gets shortness of breath when he catches the scent of burps and cherries. It feels like these characters are supposed to be saying my dad's fear is just a trick he plays on himself, like every other ghetto boy, that this system is really structured to empower you. If you squint and ignore the blood splatter all over the walls in your peripheral, I wonder if my son will watch this same episode and think I'm one of the good ones while being frisked at gunpoint on his way home from school. What stories are we telling ourselves to get here? What narratives do we have to create to not believe what we can see right in front of our own eyes? The point of a story is to say something. But what are you really saying? We bad.
Yes, that was now that one right there. That one.
You like that one?
What? Especially at the end, boy. Like what? Like, come on, son, check yourself. What is you really saying? Like, what's really, really good? Like, I felt that. I really, really felt that. Look, and I feel dope that you wanted to share it for the first time with us over here on the podcast.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, rundown. You said that was the third Thursday, so that was just yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what you got up and coming? I saw there was another flyer you shared.
Yes. All right. So I have 2 events up and coming. The next event that I'm having in connection with Sharita actually is the Gate City Griots Village Slam. That's going to be at the Artist Block. Not that flyer, but I think there we go. That flyer on the left side, the Artist Block from 3 to 6 p.m. So y'all should definitely come out and support that. Even if you're not a poet or a slam poet with poems memorized, we need judges. And also we want to just engage this community. Slam poetry is dope and you should listen to some slam poems. They'll change your life. Yes. Also, the next event that I'm having is on December 15th. So after that Saturday on the 10th, on the Thursday following, I'm doing the College Night open mic, which is going to be an open mic this time, where we're going to have, poets, hip hop artists, R&B artists, maybe some comedians come through at the CVA in the Greensboro Cultural Arts Center from 7 to 9 p.m. And yeah, those are the 2 main events that I have coming up now. And if you follow me on Instagram at Mosaic Soul, that's MOZIACAICSOL, you can get all the information on when we're having events and the music that's coming out. Yeah, go check out Dexo Volume 2 also.
Yeah, when is the music? Did it drop already?
The music dropped already. The music dropped about last month. So right now we just in the mode of promoting it. So it's out right now. Like if you go to my Instagram or go to any of the links that they have up on there already, you can easily find that right now.
Okay, that's what's up. And also I just got asked by our brother in the arts, RL, to he's hosting for Bolt, the mother and son brunch, December 17th. So I will be presenting there. So I'm going to do my best to make sure I'm there for the 15th. I'm trying to go to the chat that he added me to, with the address, because he definitely gave me the location so I could put it on the calendar.
See, this why you gotta make the community calendar with all the events on that joint. You gotta hit up everybody.
I gotta make the community calendar. So that's what you telling me. Like, let me find out. You just put that weight on me.
I like how you focusing on the pro.
Like, dang, he just gave me an assignment.
Make the community calendar. How about that? Somebody should make it.
Well, I would definitely have to link with those two. See, but again, this is the Mother's Day. I mean, not Mother's Day. Excuse me. That was the first time that I actually spoke for Bolt. Was for Mother's Day back in 2017. It was the Mother's Day luncheon, and he had me speak. And then my sister, who transitioned 3 years ago, she actually was there, and I was like, RL, I could not do this without having her being able to speak as well, because she had just got over beating cancer 2 times. You feel what I'm saying? So she got on there and shared, our families are different. We come from a line of co-parenting. My father had a bunch of kids. You feel what I'm saying? So we know what it is about the extended families. And, we kind of made sure we did our best to stay together. So it's also an honor that he reached out to me again to do this. But it is the mother and son brunch. It will be held Saturday, December 17th. From 3 to 5:30, and it's at Reed Memorial, CME Church, 1010 Bennett Street. So I'll be in the neighborhood, so I'm gonna do my best to slide through on the 15th. All right.
Please, and I'm gonna try to send me the information for that event.
All right.
I want to go to that too.
All right, so I definitely will. I got you. Veep, you want to come on in?
What's going on?
Yeah, I told you he was dope. And the fact that, and how old are you now? 28, right?
28, yep.
Yeah, 28. So it's
28 years young.
Yes, but it's dope to know, how the elders like to say, oh, ain't no real youngins out here. They don't. Yes, they are. You know what I'm saying? I think when people make those broad statements, it takes away from those that are out there actually doing the work. So, that's another reason why I'm grateful that I was asked to come on board to have my own podcast, because I get to shine a light in areas where the light don't get to. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you doing that, because even listening to your podcast, like I would listen to the episode you sent me. I'm learning about poets and people I didn't know in my community that's been here like 6 degrees of separation from me the whole time.
Exactly.
We gotta connect up. So this is special. This is important.
Well, I got a homie that says one says I'm like an oracle, the other one says I'm like the nexus point. So whatever, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make sure that we all stay connected somehow, because we got healing to do, and this is the healing work. You feel me?
We do 100%.
And I thank you for accepting, because I had Sharita. I need to get him on the show. I said, please make it happen.
I'm gonna say thank you for reaching out. Like I said it before, but thank you again for reaching out, because I needed to do this. Like I was saying earlier, I don't even like doing self-promotion. I don't like posting a flyer. I like being. You better
get on him about that. He don't like to do self-promotion.
I like being in the experience of art. That's what I like. That's what I
get it. I definitely get it. I understand.
So I thank you for you inviting me out here and pushing me to push myself in a different way. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I got your back, little bruh. Well, that's all we got. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know, I'm still feeling some type of way up in my feelings. You down there in that sun, even though it's a little chilly, but it's still better than here.
I don't have control of the thermostat, so that's not on me.
That's all right. I'll be there soon. Oh yeah, and Truality Cox, he sent me. He said his release is going to be January. I want to say the 20th. He just sent it to me earlier, so that gives me a little bit more time. Yep, January 20th. So that gives me a little bit more time to plan to come down there. So we need to make it a thing.
That's what's up.
All right. Peace, 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 everyone.
Highlight, y'all.